4.
Hello, my name is Brett Robley, and I teach C Sharp programming in the business school at Cal State University Fullerton. The course name is ISDS 309, and we're working from Joyce Farrell's Microsoft Visual C Sharp 2017, An Introduction to Object-Oriented Programming. In Chapter 10, we're going to introduce the topic of inheritance. So, opening Visual Studio 2017, let's create a new project, a Visual C Sharp, .NET Core, or .NET application, and let's name it DemoCarLoan. And I've already got my location, but you can navigate to your preferred location to store the project so you can find it. I'm going to select all of the code that we get for free when we start a new project, and I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. And then we'll start with using static system.console so that we can refer to write line without having to type more than that. And then we'll set up our class, and we'll call it DemoCarLoan first, and we'll just create a simple personal loan, and then we'll come back around and create the car loan. So DemoCarLoan is going to be our application class, so it has to have a main method. So we set up our static void main, and now let's set up our loan class. And for the loan class, we'll create 3 properties, and we'll use auto implemented property features, meaning the getters and the setters will automatically work for us without us having to code them, because we're doing just setting and getting. We're not really doing any kind of input validation or other logic. And then I'll put in a little comment here that this is basically the loan, the base class. And a base class is a subset of a subclass. The subclass always is a superset, and we'll talk about this in a few. Okay, so here we'll instantiate a loan object called a loan, and then we'll set the 3 properties of our object. We'll just invent a loan number and a last name and a loan amount. Now remember, when we assign a value to a property, it then calls behind the scenes the getter or the setter. In the case of assignment, it calls the setter and stores that information in a backing store, a variable of the same name, loan number with a lowercase l, last name with a lowercase l, and loan amount with a lowercase l. But we don't see that. That's part of the beauty of auto-implemented properties. Okay, so we've set up our loan number at 2239, last name Mitchell, and loan amount $1,000. We use the underbar instead of the comma, so the compiler doesn't complain. And then we'll go ahead and write out the 3 properties using a format string. Okay, and the last one, loan amount, we'll format as currency with 2 decimal places. Okay, let's go ahead and run this and see what we get. Okay, there you have it. We have our loan amount. Okay, now let's extend this and let's create a car loan class that inherits. Now I don't have to change the class name up here, but I'm going to, since it's going to have this idea of a car loan class as well. So here's where inheritance really becomes powerful. We'll call this car loan, and then I'll put a colon in, and followed by a capital L loan, which means that it inherits all the properties and methods, if there were any, and data members or fields from class loan. And then we'll add some new properties just that are specific to the car. So we add a year and we add a make, but you have to imagine that all of the properties that you see in class loan on line 18 through 23 also exist in the car loan class. So here's where we'll set up our car loan, and it uses the same exact syntax as line 8, where we instantiate an object, only this time we're using the car loan constructor and the car loan type. And the variable name we're using is a car loan, but it has the same 3 properties that the loan has: loan number, last name, and loan amount. And we inherited those. We didn't have to recode those. And we don't have to retest that class, assuming that class had been thoroughly tested. And this is how you can build up more and more complex programs to solve more and more complex problems. Okay, so there's the first 3 that we inherited from loan, and now we'll continue on and we'll set the 2 new properties that are unique to car loan. They don't exist in the loan class, they only exist in the car loan class. So we'll say the make is a Ford, and we'll say the year is, I don't know, 2012. If it's going to be, I know the book says 2007, but I don't know if I'd buy a 2007 Ford for $20,000. Okay, then I'm going to just copy this right line statement, and I changed the order from the book. So if you're following the book, the author has all these interspersed, but I thought I'd make it a little cleaner. And then I'm just going to run through here and change all a loan to a car loan. Otherwise, the code is the same. And then I'm going to copy this again, and then I'm going to update the format string and the fields here to match what the book has. And I just noticed I have an extra question mark in there, which I shouldn't, so I'm going to go clean that up right now. Okay, and then I'm going to jump down and I'm going to fix parameter 1 and parameter 2. Remember, we start counting at 0. So parameter 1 is the second one. That's going to become year. And then the last parameter to the right line format string is going to be called make. Okay, and at this point we should be able to build and run it and see what our output looks like. And there you have it. The top line is the loan, the second line is the DemoCarLoan, and the third line is DemoCarLoan. Thanks for watching.